Imagine working your dream job, traveling the world, meeting new people, and getting paid for it. Now, imagine waking up sick one day and suddenly realizing your career is over. No warnings, no second chances. This is the reality for thousands of cruise ship crew members worldwide. If they fall ill or get injured while working on board, they're often sent home and blacklisted from returning. Why? Because cruise companies see them as a financial risk. These hardworking people dedicate years of their lives to making cruise vacations unforgettable. But the moment they become inconvenient to the company, they're thrown away like yesterday's garbage. Before we get into the dark side, let's talk about the reality of working on a cruise ship. Many people think it's all fun and adventure, but in truth, it's a grueling job. Most crew members work 12 to 16-hour shifts, 7 days a week for 6 to 9 months straight. No days off, no going home early. They live in tiny cabins, often sharing with multiple roommates. They have strict rules on everything, where they can go, what they can do, even how they interact with guests. Yet despite working under such tough conditions, there's no guarantee of job security. If a crew member falls ill or gets injured, their career could be over in an instant. Now what happens when a crew member gets sick? Let's break it down. If a crew member starts feeling unwell, they report to the ship's medical center. But here's where things get ugly. They are examined by the ship's doctor, who decides if they can continue working. If it's a minor illness, they might get a day or two of rest. But if it's anything serious, a severe infection, a chronic condition, an injury that needs recovery, they're immediately signed off the ship and sent home at their own expense. And here's the worst part. Many of these crew members never get to return. Even after recovering, they find themselves blacklisted from future employment. No warnings, no explanations. Take Ricardo, a 28-year-old waiter who slipped in the ship's galley and injured his spine. He was immediately sent home to recover. Months later, when he reapplied to work again, he was simply told, "We are no longer able to offer you a position." Maria, a 25-year-old housekeeper, developed a high fever. The doctor suspected an infection and sent her home. Even after making a full recovery, she was never allowed to return to work. We spoke to a former senior officer for one of the largest cruise lines based in the United States, who was medically discharged after a cardiac incident. He told us that yes, the company provided some treatment, but then after he reached what they say is maximum medical improvement, he was told, "That's it, sorry. We won't be taking you back, and not a care in the world." He is convinced that the condition was brought on because of the stress that the company put him under while at work to hit targets. He was left with no job and no income. So why would a cruise line rather fire an experienced worker than let them recover? It all comes down to money and liability. If a cruise line officially recognizes an illness or injury as work-related, they may be financially responsible for treatment or compensation. By firing workers instead, they avoid paying those costs. If a crew member returns to work and gets sick again, they might sue the company. To avoid that risk, cruise lines just refuse to rehire them. Cruise lines receive thousands of job applications every month. Rather than deal with someone who might need medical leave, they just hire fresh workers. Is there anything we can do to change this? Yes. The first step is spreading the word. If passengers knew what really happens to crew members, there would be more pressure for change. Cruise ship workers are often not protected by strong labor laws because ships are registered in foreign countries with loose regulations. We need stronger protections for workers. Cruise lines care about their image. If enough people demand better treatment for crew members, they will be forced to act. So, next time you board a cruise, remember, the crew who works so hard to make your trip special might be one illness away from losing everything. What do you think? Should cruise lines be held responsible? Comment below, let's talk about it.